A continuación, el señor Martín Seychell, Subdirector General Salud y Seguridad Alimentaria INTPA de la Unión Europea, nos acompaña vía virtual.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a pleasure for me to welcome you to the EU Central America Business Forum on Innovation and the Pharma sector in Costa Rica. The pandemic highlighted how important pharmaceuticals are for global stability and to advance universal health coverage. The European Union has launched in November 2020 a new global health strategy to reaffirm its commitment more than ever to progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals through three objectives. First, to deliver better health and well-being throughout the life course. Secondly, to strengthen health systems. And thirdly, to combat health threats, including but not only pandemics, applying a One Health approach. The pandemic also highlighted the need for strategic autonomy, for diversifying supply chains, for investments in local production, and to work further on the demand side using regional collaboration. The European Union is engaged to enhance private and public sector collaboration and contribute to the EU Latin America Caribbean success of pharmaceutical, biotech, and medtech industries, enabling the right environment for sustainable production. The Global Gateway Investment Agenda, presented at the EU CELAC Summit, represents a political commitment to work together around a number of strategic investment projects, including on the production of medicines, adequate legal framework, the development of human talent, and making use of digital tools to facilitate processes. A number of potential projects have been identified in Central America, in Costa Rica, in Panama, in Honduras, but this is of course by no means a closed list. In this context, President von der Leyen and Prime Minister Sanchez announced an EU Latin America Caribbean health partnership, which responds to the high interest shown by Latin American and Caribbean leaders in underpinning their health systems and in boosting local manufacturing capacity. It supports ongoing regional efforts, which set out actions to strengthen capacity to produce and distribute vaccines and medicines in the region. It will follow a Team Europe approach with interested EU member states and intends to support ongoing regional efforts, notably the Plan for Self-Sufficiency in Health Matters endorsed by the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States in September 2021. Spain, France, and Italy have already demonstrated their interest to work in this partnership, and I'm sure others will join as well. We have had already a number of very productive exchanges with several ministries in Costa Rica. I very much believe that the promising context in Costa Rica offers many opportunities for reinforcing the EU's partnership with Costa Rica's pharmaceutical sector and more broadly with that of Central America. There is clearly huge potential for collaboration and mutual learning between Central American and European companies and key organizations in the healthcare sector. There is also a clear appetite for more public-private dialogue, building upon the good collaboration forged by the pandemic. Throughout this year, we've taken concrete steps to support this dialogue between different stakeholders from both regions. We have set up a marketplace to enhance cooperation between EU, Latin American, and the Caribbean on pharmaceuticals. We held a high-level forum on sharing pharmaceutical innovations and discussed health resilience at the Business Roundtable in the context of the EU CELAC Summit. We are partnering with PAHO on strengthening regulatory framework, technology transfer, increasing manufacturing capacity, and private sector investment. Today is another such occasion, and I hope this is just another step in the discussion to identify jointly common objectives and a concrete roadmap towards implementation. I very much encourage you to get in touch with our delegation to learn more about ways to get involved in the discussion in the Global Gateway context. There are already a number of good examples of successful collaboration, and these provide a good basis to step up the dialogue and to create solutions for people in both regions. We know the EU private sector is already present in Central America. In June, Commissioner Urpilainen saw it firsthand. She visited the Bayer plant, an investment which materialized with dynamic support from Costa Rica. In November, the EU will further deploy technical expertise to assess the access to health product situation in Costa Rica. Establishing a mechanism for dialogue and identifying gaps and needs is a necessary first step. The results of the study that you will discuss today have identified a number of technical barriers to trade in pharmaceutical products in Central America. Delays in the approval process, inefficiencies in the digitalization process, lack of regulatory convergence, and political and institutional instability, to name some. What does the EU and Global Gateway offer? Well, Global Gateway is about bringing everyone together to join forces for sustainable investments that add value locally. We need to invest in human talent. As such, I am glad to announce that we will be undertaking a study mission to Costa Rica in the coming months to identify priorities, gaps, and needs for manufacturing of safe, quality, effective, and affordable vaccines, medicines, and other health technologies in Costa Rica. And this study will pay particular attention to the enabling environment and focus on addressing training and education needs which could be addressed and which need to be addressed in coordination with the private sector. We are also beginning to see the first concrete actions to exchange experiences with our member states on digital health systems and clinical trials, and these are being put in place. With the pool of member states in different health systems, we have a lot to share, but we are also constantly learning ourselves. There is a technological revolution underway in the medtech industry, artificial intelligence, imaging. Data is valuable and can help us understand what technologies are needed. The regulatory framework is also important for health data, as is ensuring the quality of data and ease of access for researchers. In the framework of the EU-LAC Digital Alliance and the EU-LAC Health Partnership, we are keen to exploring how to efficiently use digital tools and technologies to facilitate processes and services. The regional perspective of today's forum is very important. Central American countries need to work together to take full advantage of these opportunities. While promoting dialogue and innovative solutions, the pandemic also revealed some weaknesses in healthcare systems and the fragility of global pharmaceutical supply chains. Therefore, sustainable investments need to go beyond production. We need to ensure the right infrastructure and environment to also strengthen the supply chain. During the pandemic, we supported the joint procurement of medical supplies carried out by Comisca. Being able to deliver the medical supplies from one country to another was also a major obstacle. There is plenty of potential, however, and the European Union is ready to support regional convergence and collaboration. I hope that today's exchange will feed into a continued and strengthened dialogue to identify common objectives with a realistic roadmap to answer public health objectives, with the patient as the main winner, and help us jointly implement the ambitious goals we have set for ourselves with the Global Gateway investment agenda. Together, I believe we can improve access to quality, safe, effective, and affordable pharmaceutical innovations. I wish you a fruitful conference. Thank you.